I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to share with you my recipe for a classic potato salad, like an American style potato salad. This does have mayo, but I can promise you it's not going to be gloopy and flavorless and just, it is going to be creamy, full of flavor, and absolutely delicious. I'm going to show you all the ingredients we'll need in a bit, but we're going to start with the potatoes, which is what I have got in front of me. Now, I've got some russet potatoes here, and all I'm doing, I have them on a baking sheet, and I'm just pricking them with a fork, just a few places. Now, most people boil their potatoes to make potato salad, and you absolutely can do that. I, on the other hand, happen to think that if you bake your potatoes until they're nice and fluffy, you get a much better texture because they'll be really dry on the inside, but they'll be really soft and fluffy, and I personally prefer them that way. So I've got my oven preheated to 375. I have my potatoes on a baking sheet, and I'm going to pop them into the oven for an hour to an hour and a half, until however long it takes for them to get nice, soft, and tender. And I promise you that this step might seem like it's an extra step, but think about it. Less cleaning up to do. You're just putting potatoes on a baking sheet and popping them in the oven, and it's just going to provide such a great texture for your potato salad. No water anywhere near it, which can be a problem and make it really sort of soggy, and then mixes with the mayo and it just gets all messy. This is perfection. So I'm going to pop this into the oven, let them bake, let them get nice and tender, and I'll show you what they look like. Well, I'll show you the next step once we get them all nice and fully cooked. My potatoes baked for about an hour and a quarter, and then I've let them cool completely. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to split them down, and they're beautiful and perfectly cooked. Now, before we go any further, I wanted to show you the rest of the ingredients you'll need, which is some good quality mayo, sour cream, yellow mustard, some hard-boiled eggs, some finely chopped dill pickles. These are little baby pickles that I finely chopped. You'll need some chopped up scallions, parsley, dill, a little white wine vinegar, paprika, and garlic, granulated garlic, salt, and pepper. And that's it. Before I go any further with the potatoes, I'm actually going to mix things up in here. I'm going to add my vinegar and my granulated garlic and paprika, along with my salt and pepper. Make sure that you put plenty of salt because potatoes need salt, otherwise they will taste like nothing. Now that you've added that, give it a good whisking, stir, whatever you want to call it. I'm just using my spatula, and you don't have to use the exact ingredients I'm using. I'm just showing you sort of my favorite ingredients for a classic potato salad. And as you can see, I'm not making a ton of dressing because I think that that's the thing that can ruin a really good potato salad, is when you just add so much in there that it's overpowering, it's all gloopy. Now, a lot of people take a potato masher and mash their potatoes before they put it in potato salad because classic potato salad isn't chunky at all. I just take a spoon, and this is what I do. I run it down, right? I just run it like so. That way, some pieces, like this piece right here, is a bit bigger. The rest are much smaller. And you can, by all means, leave it really chunky. You don't have to roast the potatoes like I did. You can totally just put them in boiling water and boil them however you like. This is just my favorite way of doing it. I just think because the potatoes are nice and dry, it provides like the best blanket for that dressing. So I'm just going to continue to get all my potatoes in the bowl and then toss the rest of our ingredients. To my potatoes, I'm going to add my hard-boiled eggs, which to me is another crucial ingredient. And then no potato salad would ever be complete without dill pickles. I am a dill pickles kind of girl. No bread and butter here, please. I love dill pickles, so lots of them for me. And then I like to do scallions, dill, a must, and a little bit of parsley. And then all you got to do, and potato salad is one of those things where it's a matter of preference. If you don't like paprika, don't add paprika in, and you'll have a white sauce. I just like to add a little bit of it because it gives it more flavor. If you like your potatoes really chunky, leave them chunky, but I like my potatoes really creamy, so as you can see what I'm doing, I'm using my spatula and kind of like giving everything a mush because that's how I like my potato salad. But again, matter of preference, and you can see it's not gloopy at all. It's just beautifully coated in that dressing. Oh, I'm so excited to give this a try. Very excited about that. That looks good enough to me, right? Let's give it a go. Where is the pickle? There it is. That is money. Hands down, the best classic potato salad around. Full of flavor, not gloopy and gloppy. You can taste each individual ingredient really well, but they all go together really well as well, so that you get everything in one bite. It just goes perfectly together, if that makes any sense. The potatoes are exactly how I like them. And I wanted you to kind of see, see there's no liquid, there's no moisture in the bottom of the bowl. That's, I think, in my opinion anyway, partly because of the amount of dressing that we made, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that we roasted our potatoes, we baked our potatoes instead of boiling them, because when you boil them, there is chance of water and moisture surrounding the potato, and this is just perfection. I am going to cover this and pop it in the fridge for about a half hour before serving, and I suggest you do the same so the flavors can all meld much better together. LauraInthekitchen.com will have the recipe waiting for you. I hope you've enjoyed spending time with me. Make this classic one. Let me know how you like it, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.